All right, so we're going to do two word problems and try to implement what we just learned. So if we read this problem, we're talking about the Yankees and the Reds together. They've won 31 World Series games. The Yankees have won 5.2 times as many as the Reds. And then they're saying, well, how many games did each team win? So the first thing you want to do is define your variables. And what that means is you need to create two variables because they're asking for two different things. So I'm going to use Y and R. Doesn't matter what letters you use. I'm choosing that because I'm thinking Yankees and Reds. They are asking you, how many World Series did the Yankees win? How many World Series did the Reds win? So what they're asking for, those are your variables. They're the unknown. So Y is going to be, we'll just say the Yankees wins. And R is going to be the Reds wins. So they're going to give you two equations. If there's two letters, they have to give you two equations. And usually one sentence represents an equation. So it says right here, together they won a total. In math, together means when you add them. So they're telling you if you take the Yankees wins and you add the Reds wins, you get a total of 31. So there's one equation. All right, need another equation. You can't do anything with this. So then it says the Yankees have won 5.2 times as many as the Reds. We need to translate that. So in other words, if I ask, well, who won more games, Yankees or Reds? Well, the Yankees, because it says you have to do the Reds times 5.2, and that gets you the Yankees. So I'm going to write down the Yankees wins is equal to 5.2 times the Reds wins. So now I have my two equations. Once I do that, you can see y is already by itself in the second equation. You can just take this 5.2r and you can plug it in for y right here. So let's do that. We'll take out this y and we'll replace it with 5.2r. We have that plus r equals 31. 5.2 plus 1 is 6.2r. And then we just divide both sides by 6.2. And we end up getting 5. So the Reds won 5 World Series. Don't forget, they want to know how much did each team win, so you still have to figure out how many games did the Yankees win. Well, if you just think about it, they won a total of 31 together. So if the Reds won 5, the Yankees must have won 26. So looks like the Yankees are definitely the stronger team. All right, so that's just one example, and we do so many of these word problems, you get better with them each time, but that's ideally how you start out. Define your variables, very important. You have to set up your two equations. Those probably are the most important steps. All right, let's try another one. So we have a school debate team. They're going to sell trail mix for a fundraiser. They get some sunflower seeds and raisins at $4 and $1.50. If they want to have the raisins be 3 times the pounds of sunflower seeds, blah, 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 blah. And they want to spend 34. How many pounds of each item should they purchase? So that's a lot of information they just threw at you. Best thing you can do, again, assign variables to the things they're asking for or the things you don't know. It says right here, how many pounds of each? So we have two things. We have seeds and we have raisins. So let's use S and R. They're asking how many pounds of seed and how many pounds of raisins. So S can be pounds of seed, and R can be pounds of raisins. So that kind of takes care of dealing with, well, what letters do I use? How do I do this? All right, and then we're going to look for some translation words. So it tells you right here, sunflower seeds and raisins are $4 and $1.50 per pound, respectively. Respectively just simply means whatever item comes first goes with the price that comes first. So if they said seeds first and then $4 first, they go together. They said raisins second and $1.50 second, those go together. So I like to think of it as $4 per pound of seed. Well, per means times. So it's 4 times, well, pounds of seed is just S. It says right here, S represents the pounds of seed. We're also going to pay $1.50 per pound of raisins, which would be R. Now, a good rule of thumb is if you have money and you have money, it needs to be equal to money. Well, the only other money I see in this problem is 34. So all of your money should be in the same row. So that's one equation. We need two equations. So it says if the raisins is 3 times the seeds, we can translate that. Raisins is comes next, and that means equals 3 times the seed, which is S. So you can just write R equals 3S. You got your letters, you got your two equations, you're ready to go ahead and solve. We're going to go ahead and plug 3S in for R. And so we get 4S plus 1.5 times 3S equals 34. We do 3, here we go. We'll do 3 times 1.5. Then if we do 4 plus 4.5, we get 8.5S equals 34. And then we just divide both sides by 8.5 and get 4. So S equals 4. So we purchased 4 pounds of sunflower seed. We still need to figure out how many raisins did we buy. So you can plug your 4 in for S either in the top equation or the bottom, but I think the bottom's going to be way quicker. So we just simply do 3 times 4, and we get 12. So we purchased 12 pounds of raisins.